everybody. Welcome to the Diaspora Gist. In fact, today's gist has been a hot one. You should have seen the pre-recording gist. So we had to wait to include you in this conversation.
Sorry, I'm still coming.
It's coming down. So can we find him a bit?
Yeah,
And why is that? It's because of today's topic, diaspora and diabolical.
Yes.
What is diabolical?
Exactly.
You are the British grammar. Define diabolical.
Diabolical is used to describe people that ascribe everything to the devil.
Yeah, but the devil exists now. Oh, did I push you there?
Not yet. Because we all, but when in the context that this is taken,
okay,
in the non-African scenario, is that you have done something that is evil.
Yes, but in the African scenario, anything that goes wrong with you is as a result of somebody evil.
Yes.
Or planning evil
exactly.
towards you. Some other bigger powers that has control over everything you do in your life.
Yes.
So it's not in the strict sense of the devil, because I believe, the devil exists.
Yeah.
But I know that he doesn't have control over the things that I do.
Okay, good. So why is it that we have a culture that is totally pervasive about diabolical?
Because they knew you were there. They knew that they can wind you.
There are two big reasons in our culture, and this is not just Nigeria right now. I'm talking about African culture.
So
but mainly, hold on, let me finish. I know I've already calmed down.
Yeah, calm down.
Mainly Nollywood, being driven through their narratives in their movies, and churches.
Wait. How about mosques? How about other religious organizations? You only know of what you know.
In mosque. Let's talk about mosque. They have that's not been driven largely.
How do you know?
Largely when you I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I'm saying my own experience. My own experience is Nollywood and churches.
If you look at the experience of Nollywood, you see them going to traditional herbalists or voodoo people. You see them going to the churches, and you see them going to the mosque, to the imams.
Yes.
So if you say that it is being driven rightly by the religious sense, just just Christianity, I do not agree with it, because I think it's a whole religious thing.
You see, this is very funny. See what your terminology. I never said Christianity.
You said church. But churches are associated with Christianity. That's the point. Christianity. If you say church, you think of Muslims.
Christianity is an ideology.
If you say church
Christianity is an ideology followed by that you follow Christ, the individual. Mm-hmm. Church is just a building where people come and do all sorts of manipulative things. So that's what I'm saying,
that we're talking about manipulation as a result of religious leanings.
Yeah, so religious.
Exactly.
Yes.
So don't say only.
Okay, but okay, this is it. Nollywood has been a problem, major problem.
So Nollywood has been great.
It's been great, but it's also fostered.
The emphasis, yes,
yes, and because now when you find out in London, I'm sure it happens here. Almost all non-Nigerians that are black that watch Nollywood, and they love it. Everything right now is that they know the word jazz.
What's jazz?
Which is voodoo, which is juju. They say it themselves. Oh, they don't believe anything now that they actually now start to tell you that you are the.
You are born there.
You are born there. You are considered. That thing.
That is
jazz. And you'll be looking at Kenya. Well, they all watch this thing. So it's beginning to affect them in their own community now. Now, that is one. Number two, I grew up, like in a situation where, yes, you do, because I've told you so many times that you actually know that, for example, our parents at one time used to believe what certain so-called religious people used to come and tell them that there was a problem.
So anytime there's a problem, instead of trying to problem solve, they always attributed it to some spiritual negativity.
Absolutely.
Or negative spiritual.
Look, many examples.
Okay, you told me one. There's one I really want to talk about. I know you know that one.
Yes, and that's one. I
have to tend to keep one for the audience.
And that's one. My auntie used to look after some kids.
Okay.
Then, and one of them at that point in time, one day we just woke up. In the middle of the night, and we started to listen to my auntie speaking in tongues. What's going on?
There's nothing wrong with speaking in tongues.
No, yeah, but she was speaking in serious tongues.
It was unusual.
Yes.
That was what caught your attention.
Yeah, Ghanaian tongue, and even waking me up.
What's wrong? I will wake you up from now. I'm going to be waking you up.
Why is this woman waking me? What is going on?
It was unusual.
So we went, knocked on the door. She now said to us that the child had been scratching herself, and she had all through the night and even prior to the night before.
Okay.
So I said, so why didn't you tell us that this was going on? Because, you know,
I mean, so doctors in the house have an idea.
And exactly, this was so many years ago. I thought about 15 whatever years ago. I said, and at least we need to tell her parents that, hey,
this is what's
going on. So anyway, let me have a look. So this is what happened. So she will have a look at the child.
Her legs are
first of all, she was all covered up she was
wearing long
sleeves, and it was all covered, and it was obviously going to be uncomfortable because it was in the summer, by the way.
It was hot.
So it was hot.
Okay.
So take it off, and then we saw all these patches on her body, on her torso, and I looked at her and I said to myself, you know what, Auntie, what you are doing, this is
easy.
This is easy. This is not.
She
said, no, this is that she saw it in her dream that she's been attacked. This girl has been attacked. Don't worry, tomorrow I'll sort this problem out.
So what is it?
So next in the morning, went to the chemist, went to buy calamine lotion. Give it. That same night, she and my auntie, was the first time they had slept well in about 3 days.
Yeah.
She had stopped itching. So she woke up in the morning, realized that she had not woken up at night to do anything.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Ayo. Illiteracy is not good though. But my problem at that point in time was that.
Why did you ask?
No. That's not the problem. What vision did you see? The vision you saw was because you are not sleeping. You were already hallucinating because you had not been able to sleep. If you had known, all you needed to have said was, this is London. Look at this. What's happening?
I just tried the natural, tried the things okay.
Thank you. She had already ascribed, I don't know which forest she saw this
poor girl.
But and that now, if for any reason
you were not medical,
I was not medical, I didn't have that exposure. I don't.
You would have probably believed
exactly.
And instead of the girl being able to use the calamine lotion, enjoying your sleep, you just have been praying. But there's nothing wrong in praying.
No. We said it. Prayer is prayer.
Well, God has given us wisdom to problem solve and to make.
Only in Nigeria would you find out that. No, I'm talking about my experience. Only in Nigeria would you find out that people go to look at on Monday morning to go and look for diabolical problems in a stadium when they should be going to work.
That's not always the fact.
No.
Okay. Let's talk. Okay. I get what you're saying, but I think how does it affect us in the diaspora? You said all of this one, so
because it has been transported. You see, the good thing about why this is not a Nigerian thing, but it was the spread has purely been by Nigerians.
So are you saying that because people believe there's always somebody in charge of their lives and if things don't go the way they want, is as a result of? Absolutely.
In fact, that brings me to a book that I was reading and I was going to tell you it's a fantastic book. If any of you really want to see to know how faith works and how things work, I recommend this book called Think and Grow Rich. It's by Napoleon Hill. And revised and expanded by Arthur Pell. And in this particular one, there's a page in page 47. It says millions of people believe themselves doomed to poverty and failure because of some strange force over which they believe they have no control, the diabolical. They are the creators of their own misfortunes because of their negative belief, which is picked up by the subconscious and translated into its physical equivalent. That is, as far as concerned, that was one of the things. I remember when I was on the plane, when I was coming down and I read that, I thought to myself, this is just exactly what I've been saying. It is not that the devil does not exist. But that is a totally different. A lot of the problems is self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted, and you know what? It just occurred to me as you were speaking. How many times have you asked? And I don't know if this is something that is prevalent in your culture. If you're from other African countries other than Nigeria, point of reference is Nigeria, because we're Nigerians.
Send us comments. Let us know.
Is this something you deal with in your culture as well?
Yeah.
It's when you ask someone, how did that thing happen? How did you make it work? What's the first thing they tell you?
I don't know what they tell. For me, they just tell me. A lot of them say they don't know. It's God.
It's God.
It's always about God.
Yes, I have no problem with that. It's God. But after you acknowledge the wisdom God has given you, can you please share it?
But but don't you understand? That's what they've done is they ascribe it to a supernatural. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of things happen supernaturally.
Yes.
We all know that. But the supernatural is actually everybody has access to the supernatural as long as you believe.
Yes.
So you either believing the positive thing or the negative thing.
Which one do you think is more powerful?
Yes.
The positive. But
positive and negative. No, positive and negative have the same effect. It's how you decide.
That's what I'm saying, that what you feel is stronger from your own perspective.
Yeah, exactly. If you think negatively, it's going to happen to you negatively. If you think positively, it's going to happen to you positively. It happens all the time. There is no strange thing as there's what people call bad luck, which we take responsibilities for the things we do.
Right.
I give an example all the time. I made some mistakes professionally, but I haven't ascribed it to
diabolical. That they are doing you from somewhere.
Yeah, the truth about it was that I did not listen, or I saw things that didn't.
That listen, I agree with you.
Yeah, but I saw things, but it didn't. I didn't look at it. There's nothing that has happened that nobody wants to do any. What do they want to do me from? From where? Nigeria?
Yes.
No, where are they going? From which village?
The village.
That they try to go to one beach and go and be
drinking beach water.
Not only drinking beach water, swimming naked. If in any other society they will put me into the mental health home. But in Nigeria, you find everybody swimming. You find a whole bunch of people who go because they have told them to go. Look, the power of that. This is one of the things I always say. Yeah, you wake up, you see leaflets that have been thrown into people's head. They must come for revival. What is revival?
There's nothing wrong in revival.
Okay, but the revival is power of darkness. Yeah? The power of darkness in Nigeria is electricity not provided by the government. That is your power of darkness. Your power of darkness has nothing to do with it.
No, but it's too you revival from your state of mind.
On Monday morning?
It's not on Monday morning.
A lot of it is Monday morning.
Listen.
8 o'clock Monday morning.
Obviously, your experiences, you're talking a lot from your experiences, personal experiences, right?
What I see as well.
And what you see as well. So we are probably seeing it from that lens. I've grown up in the church. And I've grown up to where they teach me how to, where the emphasis is on you need to learn your trade, you need to be strategic, you need to go and learn the things you don't know.
That's when you came to this.
No, it's a lie. That's not true. That's not true.
Is your main pastor? Okay, no,
true, yes.
Your main pastor now?
Yes.
Nigerian or non-Nigerian?
My main pastor now is non-Nigerian.
So see how things have changed.
I've been a believer since I was 11.
Now.
And I've been fortunate that I haven't been when I'm a believer, I've accepted Jesus, I'm a Christian, and I believe all that. But I've also been opportune to be under the ministry of people that are teaching you how to listen.
Am I a Christian or not?
Answer now. Am I you? Am I your mind? Am I your conscience? Are you a Christian or not?
I believe in Christ.
But
I don't go to church.
All the time. You go to church
once in like 10 years. But I always say one thing, and it's true.
Why did you stop going to church?
Because I found it totally hypocritical. A lot of it hypocritical. And there's just no justification. In fact, I pray.
Yes, I know that.
I read the Bible. I fast when I have a problem.
Yes, I know that.
I do the things that Christ tells me to do. I just do not believe that. I think if I went to church often, I would probably not be a Christian by now. That's the kind of person I am. So that not going to church has made me a better Christian, as far as I'm concerned, or better believer in Christ. Let me put it that way. Now, when I look at a situation where you come and you tell me, look, if you have laws of probability is this, and this is where I went to. That's why I said it's the mind of manipulative. Both Nollywood and maybe you are right, religious, because it can be Christian, it can be any other religion. If you tell, no matter what situation you have in life,
yes,
that is bad. If you tell a group of people the laws of probability that you at least have at least 10% of people that have similar, it might not be the same thing, similar, but you have suggested it to them, you know what? Just like we read it here, straight there and then, or instead of them to go and look for the reasons in themselves
and problem solve,
and problem solve, they start immediately. That's the easiest thing for them to hold on to.
But,
and guess what? And that starts to perpetuate it.
Yeah. So what are you trying to tell people?
I'm trying to tell. Well, I don't know. I want you to first tell me what you're doing, because we've had all this stuff. But personally, I just think that whatever happens to you, you got to take responsibility for it. It has nothing to do with, look, bad luck happens to good people. Good luck happens to bad people. Ultimately, things will happen. Ultimately, laws of probability means that you have some people that will have cancer that have never done anything that causes cancer. Some people will have
cancer and they have been drinking and smoking.
It will happen. Some people will stroll because of the way they think into wealth much earlier. Some people will do horrible things to get that wealth. Some people's wealth will disappear due to their own stupidity. Everything happens for a reason. It is not because there's anybody else. In fact, those forces don't exist in people. They exist in the ether, in life as it is. So
how about the people that, and I think we've had this conversation, there are people that you feel are just out to get you. Will you classify that as being diabolical?
To get you?
Yes, like they just don't want you to do well. Physically, you know, like maybe they have opportunities where they should say, oh, why don't you do this? And they'll just like, no, you cannot be better than that.
It's their business.
So you won't classify that as being diabolical?
That's their problem. So, if you give them enough, like I said, like this book says, if you give them enough energy, that their mental thoughts will translate into your...
Because you become what you hear.
Exactly, you become what you hear. Exactly. So yes, it can be, if you want to put it that way, if you're looking at somebody that's going to tell you that this is what has happened, and you to believe in what he has said, it's most likely going to... Most of the time, they've been like, look, why doesn't it happen to some kids? Because kids do not think like that.
It's when they become adults.
Yes, because life has started to show you different things. So guess what? Forget about... If you don't be around that person. He can think as much as he likes.
Like, leave him to his own thoughts. You think your own way and see how you can problem solve and make your own.
Why is it that in our own culture that is where the problem is? Why is it that in Western culture they don't really look? They look at problem solving. If you look at it,
that's true. I have to say,
people are everything we have now is that makes life easy is in the Western culture. Although I have my theory about that, I think being born in Africa has a problem that there's no way you cannot think about diabolical. You see that?
With all the parabolating.
Yes. You have to think about. And the reason why is this. No, you haven't listened to why.
I don't want to hear.
No, you have to listen. You have to learn. See,
with all the parabolating.
If you are born in Africa,
I was born in Africa.
That sun. The sun. So that's what I'm...
No. Have you lived in Atlanta?
No.
This sun is...
No, but it's now cold. There's a balance. In Africa, it's heat throughout. There is no way your brain will not slow down. Your brain must slow down. And once your brain slows down, you must start to think about diabolical. Now, if you are in this climate, or in the UK, or in the Western, when it's cold, you will think. You will start to solve problems.
When you have no choice.
Because you will die. You can't die in heat in Nigeria. You just have it. This is what you heat rash, and you doing that, and then you can be praying that diabolical you saw something and you're scratching. Over here, you will die of hypothermia the next morning. So you must. So I believe that the necessity of invention. Thank you. It has created them to think. They had to think. We don't think.
Right, because nothing happens.
Exactly, because nothing inspires us to think. It is life's funny. For me, that's life's funny paradox.
But there are a lot of African countries that are doing well now. Is it not the same sun?
No, that has been by maybe we can do because they stop being lazy intellectually. Is what I'm saying.
So as a diaspora, if you want to make it, even not forget the diaspora, if you want to make it anywhere in the world, you have to have the mindset that you can actually make it. So even going back to the religious thing, for me, as even the Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he.
Yes.
You know, if you believe something, you will begin to see the opportunities that will create, that will put you in the path of what you believe and you achieve the success. Now, if you believe equally the converse, then you always see the bad things happening. So maybe, for example, if you are driving and you're in a mild accident, you can say, oh, maybe I need to brake earlier. Oh, maybe I need to change my tires. But if you think it's diabolical, You won't think of changing your tires. You won't think of maybe how can I drive more carefully. So really, I feel, that's where we really come into agreement that God has given us a brain to problem solve.
Yes.
Let us use that brain to problem solve. Let us stop seeing ourselves as victims.
Yes.
No matter what the circumstances may be, let us find a way to make it work and dwell on making it work. Bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people. And if you allow the bad to take control of your life, you will never see the opportunities. Listen, if you're only thinking of, I always say this, that if you really want a car so badly, if they say, they're selling a car 50% off, you'll be the first to get there because you will hear, because in your brain you're thinking, how can I get a car?
Yes.
If you don't want a car, you're not even thinking about it. They say 50%
if
off.
If it's bike that they've been saying, you will never hear.
If it's bike you're thinking, yes. They say 50% off.
It has nothing. In fact, 5 years down the line, when you want to now buy a car, somebody now tells you that, well, why didn't you buy it? You say, which car were they doing 50% off? Because your mind was not tuned in.
Yeah.
So you must. So the voice of reasoning today is take responsibility for what happened.
And try to problem
That's number
solve.
one.
Try to
problem solve.
It's
number
not
two.
always about.
And number three, most importantly, things happen to people for no reason. It has nothing to do with anybody else
doing you.
Anybody.
They can't be doing
because,
from your village.
Because a lot of people.
Your mother's mother.
Exactly. If that was the situation, you will not even be alive because a lot of people don't like you anyway from day one. So these things happen. So it's true whether you live, whether it's in politics, in business, in relationships. A lot of guys.
There are people that will never like you.
People that will never like you. But it doesn't mean if you give them that power or energy, you gave it to them. You
have the authority over how you feel
and it translates into the physical. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, for my sister and I, eventually we have these altercations about this. And she's always like, "Oh, be democratic." I have a problem about it, and I have it because I think there's a lot of manipulation in not just in creative industries in Nigeria, which has spread even to places like the Caribbean, but also in churches and in mosques. So I believe that with this conversation, you all just go back.
Think about it. That's all. Think about it.
Look at what has happened to people. Look at yourselves and just try and change. It doesn't. No. Everything is up to you. It's not up to anyone else.
Yeah, and instead of seeing a problem as being out of your control and somebody else having control over you, really think about what can I do differently to have a different outcome. Who are those that have gone ahead of me to succeed at what they're doing? How did they succeed? And that way it's going to help all of us. So this is a long discussion. We have to come to an end now.
Maybe another day we can bring some people in to give us their own personal experiences. Yes. Again on diaspora and the diabolical. And of course, I'm sure I'll always come out winning.
No, he wouldn't. Please subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you'll be the first to know. Share with us in our comments what you think about this. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.